Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Sandbag Casuals. I am Kanzaki Dynasty, restreaming of course on 2MK main channel. And today I'm going to be working on my anti-airs with Cammy in Sandbag Casuals. After a little while, we will also have a look at my dear friend Cosmic Wolf's own matches where he's working on his. So, in the meantime, while I wait for a match, let's have some Akuma Bot. Although trying not to die can be difficult. Anyway. Excuse me a moment as I figure out how to turn my TV down. This sound is a little loud here. That should take care of it. Much better. Now, our Akuma, for those of you who haven't been on our website recently, has a point system based around anti-airs that I'll be working on today, interrupting Demon Flip before he can get to you, and punishing his fireballs, either type. But it has to be before it's a counter hit, a real punish. They're -6, actually both types are -6, except the EXs, which are +1 and +8 respectively for the standard and fancy ones. The cancel doesn't help me. That move is dangerous. Nope, counter hit, no points there. Uh-oh. Sadly that doesn't count because it wasn't a punish. And in the meantime... Sadly, this is not quite enough frames. 7 frames, although I should check on that. So I can't get the punish that way. I'll always manage to counter hit whatever he pulls out next. Doesn't count the points on this spot. And I am correct. Let's restart then. As you can see, I definitely need the training successful. Although the combo failed. To deal with that demon flip. That's technically a point, and that's what I want to do. The problem with this is, of course, managing to get in range to punch the fireballs. Cammy can do it with her 5-frame heavy punch, but even given that, it's a little difficult. just managed to let go of that. Seem to be light on opponents today for some reason. Technically, luck. I wonder if I can react to the startup of that with Turn Knuckle. It's not going to be easy, if so. Although with a startup of, I believe, 24 frames, it may be possible. Right, I don't know when Turn Knuckle actually goes projectile invincible.
Another fight is coming your way.
Axel Spin Knuckle. Nope, this one doesn't say. I'll have to look that up somewhere else. Or look on Tarian's website to see.
For those who I wish to protect, I will fight you!
Round one.
Ooh,
Fight!
Not sure how many anti-airs I'm going to get out of him, but this will still be interesting. Beating me out with patience mostly. Vulnerable to the wake-up DP, however.
Round two. Fight!
Alright, he's adapted to my DPs. Keep putting that out.
Final round. Fight!
Too accustomed to the quick rise and camis, he's not falling for this at all. Still not giving me any anti-air material though. I doubt he will.
You win! Round one. Fight!
Oof. That opening gambit. You may be able to tell I have not fought on Balrog's Cammy. Oh, seriously.
Round 2. Fight.
You can see my bad habits in play there. Oh dear.
You lose.
I'll admit I was thinking about the CA, but I was not ready to put it off yet. Oh my.
Round 1. Fight.
Should combo, but apparently I am too slow.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, very nice. I have a negative edge on that one. Huh. Interesting, but that was basically guaranteed to get jabbed.
Final round. Fight.
Misjudged the range on that.
You lose.
In any case, I don't think the jump is necessarily the best opening gambit on this one. Anyway, let's see if we can get someone who will try to jump in on me. Come on, guys, I'm in one of the jump friendliest ranks. Jump happiest, either way. No, I'm not. I knew he wasn't going to jump. I'm asking for someone who will. Huh. That works out relatively well. 1 point. Do I get my anti-airs? 5-star.
Another fight is coming your way.
There, this should get me 3 jump-ins. I wonder how I lost my angel status. Probably being quit on or bad internet a few times.
Round 1. Fight!
Still not learning that I do that. I guess that does mean I don't have to stop, but still. I need to be heavy for the range. On reaction.
Round 2. Fight!
This is the problem with sandbagging in casuals or, well, ranked if you choose that either. You can go for many matches, maybe even a whole session sometimes, waiting for someone to do the one simple thing you need to deal with. Oh dear. And I even managed to miss that. Doesn't like to block either.
You win!
Well, technically, in order to accelerate the process, I should not accept rematches. Shall I consider this fact? He doesn't want to face me anyway. Good. Saves me a decision. Yeah, don't react to the other rounds. That one. Don't try and punch that. That worked, but was not. other problem with sandbagging is you never get matches. Depending on your luck.
Get ready for action.
All I had to do to say, get one.
Another fight is coming your way.
Come on!
Round one. Fight.
More can, but we shall have to see if this translates. Accidental jump there.
Mission complete.
Round two. Fight.
Oops, that ain't right. Alright. Oh dear. That was meant to be Dragon Kick. So I could burn out some of that without losing all of it. Doesn't guard his legs well. He does jump, however.
You win.
So now I should just set my mindset back to, oh hey, he jumps, let's train.
Round one. Fight.
Got that wrong. It was supposed to be a forward heavy kick. Or, well, no, it was supposed to be the jump heavy kick
Round
into
two.
back medium punch, da 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 da.
Fight.
Very vulnerable to this meaty. Gotta thank you for giving me time to set up that exact range on the heavy punch, though.
You win.
Sigh. The other problem is it's hard to degrade my play enough to make all opponents interesting or useful, because sometimes they're going to be stronger than me. Might have trouble getting to the point where I want to train, but I'm likely to be able to at least train at all if they do the right thing. In this case, jump. If they're not as strong as me, you can end up with stuff like that, where I have to basically specifically figure out how to stop, cancel all my habits and all that, and train anti-airs in that context, but that's not really the context you need them in. So it's really a bit of a matter of luck. Not a viable finish. Counter hit, not fast enough, apparently. Barely out of range. Not intended. Still a counter hit. I know the frames work for that. Almost didn't get a side switch in time. Ooh, an angel.
Another fight is coming your way.
Zangief! Well, this will be interesting.
Round one. Fight!
Sorry dear, EX doesn't work against throw invincible. I read it so too well here. The jumping Zangief. I suppose Cammy's reversal would not work very well on that, would it?
Round two. Fight!
Karin's does. Ibuki's probably does. Not Cammy. Oh dear. What? Guess I'm glad. Oh! Running bear grab EX. Okay. Which is armored, meaning that even my throw invincible DP didn't work. But it ate the armor for the CI I canceled it into.
Final round. Fight!
It's a reaction after playing the Zangief bot there. Ouch. Ouch.
You lose.
Problem with Zangief is he's very heavy, including his air buttons. So I couldn't really get my heavy kick out. And I'm not entirely sure if it's timing, or well no, I know it's partly timing, but the simple fact of the matter is that
Round one.
his large hitboxes and his jump arc mean that he's getting there a little earlier than most people, I think. my V-trigger, but not the way I was hoping for.
Round 2. Fight.
Ah. Reaction to walk back does not work. Good armor break.
Final round. Fight.
Ah, good. He's used to me now. Baron probably would have let it hurt me badly if I hadn't taken the full option. That was just me being silly about my combos. That was me. I was really worried I was actually going to hit him with that because I had picked the light one.
You
And his
win.
jump almost escaped it. So this is good for anti-airs when he does jump, though.
Round 1.
Fortunately, I have to be able to deal with that running bear grab, react correctly to that in order to make it worth it to fire on the jump. Otherwise, he can just nail me with that all day long. So I don't know any way to follow that up from there. I would love to battle lounge this guy.
Round 2. Fight.
Double ouch. That's it. Now it's down to V-triggers. He's going to use his, so I'm going to put it and stand right here, be immune to it, and kill.
Final round. Fight.
Man's large. Ouch. Should have been light. So invincible would have been a good way to go there. Ugh. I can get out, but I can't do damage, which means he has no incentive whatsoever to stop it.
You win.
So a bit of anti-air practice came in there. Unfortunately, at this point I've been going for, what, 35, 40 minutes? Really? That's interesting. I had no idea. The Omni Rabbit tells me that Zangief has no armor on his head during EX running bear grab, so you can use a basic neutral jump attack. As for me, the problem with patience, as he said, the reaction is hard to build. The problem is the patience hitting the button only after he's crossed over me, so that it's impossible.
Another fight is coming your way.
HMG Jedi.
Round one. Fight.
I managed to somehow convince myself that this was a Kumabot. Which good in some ways might be very bad in others. He apparently did not come out in time.
Round two. Fight.
Lucky clip with that heavy CA.
Final round. Fight.
What he's doing to get away with Demon Clip, huh? Mostly keeping me occupied with other things for the moment, so I'm not able to just watch for it. Not invincible for long enough.
You lose.
Shit! Aw, man! Damn it. I wanted to fight him more. Fine. Back to the bot. Pro tip, don't fumble with your controller. I wish I could do that on reaction. But anyway, serious. The other thing to note is that when I'm fighting the bot, I am specifically looking for the demon foot, but you're gonna see me missing it a lot of times. I'm looking for about three things, technically, but two of them are almost the same. And demon flip is one of them. Nope. No credit. Also no credit. Still. Problem is that has to be... Well, there's a 1 frame gap I have. Ooh, blue Mika. Don't see that color often. Not that blue anyway. I really like the blue. My Mika, however, is green.
Fight!
Alright, enough doing stupid things.
Round 2. Fight!
Ah, perfect throw range for that. Oof. Timing this enough, or relying on just me being scared? Make that an industrial work. Ouch! I have this, so...
You win!
The butt slap thing? Honestly, I don't remember which of her moves that is. I know she does it during her CA. That one being in the air or out of range, or... I don't know what the startup is. Hitting her, counter-hitting her.
Round 1.
Same as everything else. It's just that it's a grab. So blocking can't stop it. That's also a grab. Mika is a wrestler. Lots and lots of grabs. Ouch. Oh, shooting Peach? That, just block. It's not, that one is not a grab, so you can just block that.
Round 2. Fight.
That was a great counter hit. This Mika is so good. With her knowing exactly when to come in, basically. Ow! Ooh. That's a block to stop that.
Final round. Fight.
But patience.
You win.
Probably actually the solution to all of that peaching is to... Or well, not the peaching, the winglising. Yeah, is stand medium punch, I would guess. Punish for shooting Peach? Well, I mean, I haven't learned in the sense that I just use a generic punish. It's just pretty minus. Anyway. After probably my next set of matches, I will be stopping and going to look at Cosmic Wolf's matches for the day, in which he did basically the same thing I'm doing, training his anti-airs in casual matches. Ooh, maybe the one after this. I accepted a 3-bar before checking. I've never built up that habit because I don't get a lot of 3 bars. Ed. Oh, shit. Okay then, let's see how this goes. Probably very, very poorly. I have no idea how to handle this guy yet. I was actually working on this with a friend of mine playing Ed
Round 1.
the other day.
Fight.
I've not learned a whole lot about how to deal with this matchup. So I gotta work on that quicker as medium. Ouch. Well, if you're trying it next match, you can leave me with full meter. He backs off. Now, onto the round that I can take. Not sure if I can make him jump, however.
Final round. Fight.
Cheated. But yes, even Cammy's light arrow does have a flaw there. No, light CA does have a flaw there.
Round one. Fight.
I want that Akuma back. Well, there's the jump. Problem is being ready for it. Trigger just before I needed it. Or rather, when I was stretching to try and use it.
Round two. Fight.
He's using his jump in sparingly enough, however, that I'm not getting. He's neither really wasting a weakness nor letting me get used to it. Sacrifices a little damage with that juggler, but not much. Oh dear, last up is a bison. Now this is going to be some interesting anti-air.
For those who I wish to protect, I will fight you.
Round one. Fight!
Ouch. This bison is
Round two. Fight!
very good at the ground offensive. Seems you're focused, sort of as I am, taking up pressure down below. I did not know the EX could turn into a reverse on the second hit. Good in here. Or that.
Final round. Fight!
Ouch. Alright. Couldn't get the DT out fast enough.
You lose. Round one. Fight!
One good one. Accidental EX over there, not what I wanted. wasting his EX a lot.
Final round.
Oh, Sai, yes, she has a air throw now that I actually forgot about because it looks horrendous. And I just haven't used it before. What you're actually seeing is her hooligan combination into throw. That one is not a jump forward, it is a special move like Demon Flip. I tried to anti-air that. That was really stupid. I knew he was going to start doing that sort of thing, and I knew I had to anti-air it. But to anti-air the EXV triggered one was not wise. Anyway, on that note, we're shifting. Headed over to visit Cosmic Wolf and see how he's doing with his anti-air casuals today. Off to the CFN. Replay search. Screw that. Here we are. Looking at his casual matches from today. And skipping over, well, some casual and some ranked, actually. Skipping over a few that he noted were laggy and not very useful. Second best Korean costume. The best, of course, being my color of the same thing. Alright.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
Cosmic Wolf has been working on his anti-airs today, and he decided that rather than going around and just trying to change training mode to a bunch of different AIs, he would just go into casual matches. So here we are. Karin is very aggressive. However, luckily, he has plenty of experience versus Karin of not terribly different nature from this one, because he faces me off. Oh, I should turn this off. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Against Karin, however, Urian is going to get more so experience through Senhas than standard jumping attacks.
Round two. Fight.
Which are a little more interesting to do something about, because you either need a very good button, or you need to block. So I definitely will be getting past with that. Since block high, 2 hits, crouch. Block is always the answer. I don't know that he's going to get much in the way of direct jumps. having trouble getting into position for that course. Dear Lord, Urian is terrifying to watch.
Urian wins.
Oh my, they've added that feature. Finally, dear Lord. But we will be moving on. The other thing this is somewhat useful for me is I've been thinking about how to put together my basically Urian game plan. Not playing Urian, of course, but facing it with another Ukraine. So far it looks like she's trying many of the same sorts of things I do. What I really need to watch for, however, is her answers to certain things.
Round one. Fight!
Almost got a jump in there to punish, but it became a jump straight over. That's a lot of melee pressure. I believe you should be able to do this. Yes, that is the problem with those. He somehow does not, in fact, go through them as well as you would like. Especially since once it hits him, it loses his invincibility. Or, it somehow loses its invincibility. From that range, she would have had to cancel into Tenka. The Mujin one will not work.
How irritating. Round two. Fight!
Interesting choice trying to come in with the sun. Ah, there we go. That is what she was trying, and I knew that as well. I would guess you can tell somewhat that he is... Well, his style has been shifted a little bit. Because I think he would punish those for me normally, but it could be that I got a little too predictable. The non-heavy resemblance.
Urian wins.
Interesting costume. I don't think I recognize this one. Is that new or something?
Don't worry.
Did I miss an announcement, or have I just not seen it around? Ah, it is new.
Round one. Fight!
Oops, my apologies. So the zoning war begins. Sandbag is in fact a Zonerian, so he should feel right at home here, more or less. Ken has decided it's not quite a good idea. But still, he is far from totally avoidant. Tatsuing him, but that knee is just as good, if not even a little, perhaps a little better. It's sort of difficult to react to in my experience. Anti-air success there, as Ken tried to shift to the cross-up with it. Boom. Oh, it's last year's CPT costume. I assumed it was this year's CPT costume. I didn't realize you had a CPT costume last year. Ooh, very nice approach. Seems like the sort of Arizona tears. He really doesn't look like a Ken in that costume though. Getting him into the corner pretty well too. Nice cycle, and there's... Well, it would have been quick, but he went through. Anyway, unfortunately this Ryu did not rematch him, or he did not rematch the Ryu.
Wins.
A little later on he will get tired of facing too many rookies and decide to raise his rank points by about 1,000. Or so I assume. I don't really know what they are right now. But, up next... I believe we have the German Ryu that was lagging, and a Balrog and Mikali to skip. So, Deadshot X23. Still in casual territory. Oh, you didn't? Well, it worked out well. Although I do see you didn't need it. What were you attempting to do, Captain for? Aha. Well, it was a very successful fuck-up.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
Round one. Fight.
Take this. Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
That would just make it an even more successful fuck-up if the combo you were attempting didn't work in the corner.
Take this.
Punch. Jumping kick throw. He is holding out very well here. EX projectile gets you in. And apparently some control. However, we're now back in Ryu's zoning rhythm. Good jump over. Well managed overall.
Round two. Fight.
Hiding in the corner is sort of interesting. Ah, now he attempts to parry, but it doesn't work out for him. So he sort of does not seem to know what to do, unless he's simply training to parry. Letting you in for free, though, as a result. Definitely training for the parries here. Alright then.
Furion wins.
another fight that's coming your way.
Round one. Fight!
Jumping back straight up, but he's not blocking in the corner. Which is a little weird, because you're not being able to parry either. Apparently his jumps his mind, however, is going to apply a little pressure. But back to zoning. He zones at the perfect jumping range for Fury attacking, however. Now there's something. I can't tell if that was successful or not. Let's watch it again. Looks like it was an unsuccessful jump back, possibly intended to be an attack.
Round two. Fight!
So jump back is not a good Ryu plan here against Fury, since it does seem to catch the projectile perfectly. More standing in the corner, theoretically trying to parry, but he seems to be a little late in the case, getting hit almost every time. How on earth did he cross you up there? Let's watch that again. You travel through your axe kick. Interesting. So this was alright. We got a few decent jump-ins off of him. Mostly the Ryu practicing parries, it looks like, however. Zangief.
Round one. Fight!
Now that is actually a decent costume. I kind of like the weird hair tie. Nice block there. I don't know if you necessarily can anti-air successfully after a metallic spear like that. Keeping up the pressure, but all it really takes on Yip is a few good EX throws and you're dead. Very, very dead. As we see here. I suppose awesome is another valid descriptor for that costume.
Round two. Fight!
Some nice zoning going on here. Actually, Cosmic Wolf, let me understand something here. Because I understand wishing to hurt Zangief, but you don't really try to zone him much overall. How does that work out for you, Ariane? Is that not something you like to do? Or is that, not good against Zangief? If so, why?
A foolish insect that dares to defy me.
Final round. Fight.
Ah, yes, Lariat. He wasn't using it, so I didn't think of it. Thank you, Lillian. Of course, he wasn't using it because there wasn't enough zone. Oh dear. Zoning. That was interesting.
Zangief wins.
See, I don't play any Fireball characters, so I didn't think of the Lariat. Except Ibuki, but I also don't see many Zangiefs.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly. My iron body is invincible, so beware!
Round one. Fight.
Jumping a lot today. There was a decent end here with the metallic fireball prediction. Although for what you're training, as much as I understand it's a habit, doesn't it also sort of condition you not to jump? Or is that, I suppose, the anti-air training? It can only be done with charge, however. But you will have charge a decent amount of the time when you're going to be jumped in on.
Round two. Fight.
Nice for the low jump there. I'm not sure why he's expecting you to jump, however. You haven't been doing a whole lot of it. Well, with the air speed.
A foolish insect that dares to
Aha.
defy me.
Final round. Fight.
He is ready for you to be ready for his jump in startup. Very on point with jumping over your spheres. It's got the spacing down in any case. Was that intended to be the near mirror? So that you could hit him through the thing?
Zangief wins.
Dear, I'd hate to think what Zangief would say about most of the other kings and queens in the world. And here's where you switched over to rank matches. Time to gain some points. You started at 968, and you ended up over 1500. I see.
You stand in my way, I will kill you.
Expected the chariot to hit and committed to the
Don't
combo.
worry. I'll end you quickly.
Round one. Fight!
Take this.
Doesn't look to be the jumpy type yet. I'm going to make him though. Ooh, very nice air to air. Was that a read? Sure looked like it. Definitely winning the zoning war, however. And with that, there's no more nudge.
It can't be over!
A foolish insect that dares to defy me.
Round two. Fight!
Take this. Take this.
Aha, moonsault time. Now the question becomes if you can anti-air moonsault. I'm not sure that you can, unless you have a particularly good button for it. But especially since it's plus, you really don't want to be hit by it. Plus I'm blocking.
It can't be over!
You know, I think Urian and Nash might get along. Nash doesn't really have trouble with anyone other than Bison, as far as I'm aware. And you both do that chopping people in half thing. Him with his CA, you with your V-trigger. Yes, minor details about them not getting along. He may not.
If you stand in my
But Nash
way,
is a bit of a harder
I will
person to
kill
get
you.
along with. At least in this form.
Don't worry. I'll
Unless
end
you're
you
helping him, I
quickly.
suppose. But even then, he's not a very social type.
Fight!
You can't. Slice you up.
Good tackle. Was that intended as an anti-air there?
Slice you up.
It's an interesting option, one I should possibly consider with Curry and Zerochi as well. And then just using it to hit people who are jumping in to gain space. Although I don't necessarily see a lot of that. Back into neutral for a bit. Good anti-air there too. Must have been a read at the time.
It can't be over!
A foolish insect that dares to defy me.
Round two. Fight!
Jump on reaction. quite something when anti-airs, but definitely vulnerable after that.
Take this. Get lost. It can't be over. Urian wins.
Climbing the ranks with Dark Ryu, the girly girl. That's such a strange title.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
I don't think Armika would fit most of the stereotypes of girly girl.
Round one. Fight.
Oh ho! Starting jumping's right off the bat. This Ryu is much stronger. And as we see, super grown, so... Good anti-airs and air-to-airs from the Ryu, actually. Yes, this one is definitely doing a lot better here.
Round two. Fight.
Plenty of jumping around the position. Air-to-air locks. Very careful approach now from Ryu. But a good crush counter there. And right back into the neutral fight. Quite aggressive, but definitely not outright risky.
Ryu wins.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
Round one. Fight.
Right off while starting out with effectively anti-airs. Spinning around close to the thing. Getting out of the zone. can sort of tell you were enjoying the challenge after your earlier 2 easies. Missed CA punish, or missed show you punish there. It's a little bit of work for the comeback, but it's probably still possible here. Ooh, except for the EX Fireball.
Round 2. Fight.
The anti-airs after Metallic Fireball is actually an interesting point here. You're gonna, if you're gonna be zoning people, you're going to get their fireballs jumped over, and if their ranges are wrong, then you can anti-air them as they come down. It's very useful. I'm not sure how tight the timing is on it, however, and it certainly varies by where they were standing. But I presume that's part of what you're practicing here. Since I've seen Ryu come in a few times that way. That was a remarkable, back medium punch. Jump back medium punch here. Air to air. From the Ryu there.
How irritating.
Final round. Fight.
Honestly, this ending up in the air much more than a fight I would normally expect to see a fight with Ryu and Yurian doing. Although I guess it's not entirely unnatural for the two. Shuffling between zoning and, well, trying to hit each other out of the air, with a bit of neutral in between. Very good. I can't tell if Ryu is reacting or reading, but he certainly has read-like timing, and it's very good. He's doing it quite often.
Urian wins.
Pink Cammy, huh?
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
For those who I wish to protect, I will fight you.
Round 1. Fight.
Well, perhaps Omni Rabbit here can identify the flag for you next time it comes up in your next match. Our master of countries. Good armor there. It's going to be a decent amount of air for Cammy, depending.
A foolish insect that dares to defy me.
Round 2. Fight.
I'll save a
Very strange choice with the jumping jump there. Given the angle of that button in the situation. Not knowing how to get out of the corner there versus Urian, however. Thank you, Omni Rabbit. It is Brazil.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
Round one. Fight!
Due to dash in, not something I would have expected versus Syrian. He has way too many ground entry options here. Something I've experienced in fighting him with Cammy on my own too. Trying to figure out my style there as well, while I was working on the Ed in the same battle lounge. Forward heavy hit can seem somewhat useful, however I don't think it's versus projectiles or anything. On the other hand, if you have time to bring them out. Oof. Sad work there with the EX. And it's over. At that point I almost would have EX DP'd, however I suppose she did not have a way of knowing that he was going to throw. I'm a little bit used to him, however. He very much likes his throws. The other problem with Cammy is it's a little hard to anti-air a cannon spike FPV. Although the projectile will do all for it. Cammy's getting nervous with that dragon punch coming right out of there. No return down to the DP after the V-trigger freeze, though, sadly. I was trying to do that at least once earlier today. It's not necessarily as easy as I would have hoped, but I think it should still be possible.
Round one. Fight!
One really must question what Laura is doing on the shadowy base. Skipping out. Almost a stun. Laura is. Ooh, the GS almost protected him, but not quite. She's going to get a stun combo and finish the job.
Round two. Fight!
Opening knee. What was she holding? Down blocking. Unfortunate, I suppose. Some jump escapes are not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to air to air. Very jumpy, but not in positions where they would come as attacks, it seems. Just trying to get over things, most likely. Very weak attack is when she does leave herself open, however. Something for me to watch for as well. Well, something I have trouble with looking at as well. I did not expect both of those in the same place. Was that a mistake, Cosmic?
A foolish insect that dares to defy me.
Final round. Fight!
Did I hit the speed? Alright. Seems to be doing a lot of the same thing here, though. With that one particular combo. And it's working for her. That projector broke much faster than I was expecting. Is there anything interesting about the timer there? Then you hitting through it do anything? Oh, look at that. I didn't sit back far enough. I was looking at the wrong bar.
Urian wins.
Yes. The rabbit here, Omni Rabbit, who is actually a Laura, it points out that you can sweep under the thunderclap, which is also true of Cammy, and I believe is her only way of dealing with it. Well, at least defensively. From close range, I think? Will turn Knuckle get through that? I would suspect that it does, although I'm not necessarily sure if Laura can't just counter-hit it. Whereas the sweep is going to work.
Round one. Fight.
Neutral jump. Yes, that is the problem with neutral jump versus Urian. You can put a fireball directly into you. Most characters can sweep under it, but Urian's is just long hits. Little relief from the pressure there, but not for long as she jumps out of it. Does not get punished too heavily for it, and diffusing her pressure. Ooh. Almost saved you, but since we saved you after all, no. Now you have to make it up though. With that magic, it's coming right back. Oh, maybe two magic hits in your face. Good tempo there, knowing exactly whether to throw down or up.
That was so close.
Round two. Fight.
Ah, yes. However, thinking a little bit more about my own game time, it's a very different thing for Laura facing Urian, especially because of the persistent fireball options. And a lot of flipping over rather than having direct plays in.
A foolish insect that dares to defy me.
Final round. Fight.
I've been trying to figure out my game plan for Urian properly. As I mentioned earlier, although I got distracted a little bit, it occurs to me that EX Seppo might be able to evade some things, although I doubt it will be able to evade or tackle it, might trade with it. Yeah, so, but Orochi, I suppose.
Lara wins.
Difference between Clap and Mayokin at these ranges. Right, I'm not entirely sure, actually. Mayokin is interesting because it will intercept a projectile, but it will only intercept one hit of a projectile. I think that the Clap will intercept two. But, that aside, timing precision, I suppose, but that's about all. You can Mayokin on reaction only from basically full screen. But, from a bit closer up, if I just do it in advance and adjust the charge, I might be able to get a better reaction time.
Boom! That's how you start the fight and finish it quickly.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
Anyway.
Round one. Fight.
As for my Amirian game plan overall, as the lore demonstrated so kindly for me earlier, actually, I haven't quite figured out what to do with my opening. I was thinking that a neutral jump would work. A friend of mine, Chun-Li, Lillian actually, pointed out to me that she can just neutral jump and get through everything, but it somewhat relies on her being able to air legs over things. I've noticed that it seems to be irregular whether Karine gets hit by the up fireball. I didn't quite figure out the details, but noting that you can't micro-step forward, it may just be an exact frame timing or something similar. The thing is, if I fall, I land on the ground fireball. So I haven't figured that out, but otherwise, my main concern tends to be getting in and doing damage. I have somewhat of a hard time holding my own in neutral versus him, although not terrible. But I realized in part that Yuan has a lot of ways to get in on me, but they're for the most part punishable or reactable. Well, punishable for the most part. And so actually with Karine, I have been considering recently just hanging back and letting that happen for the most part, or if he gets into zoning, and just hitting him out with the Senhas, like the first Karine and the regular and the rest of it. Regular clap is 19 startup, and full charge Mayokin is 21. Alright. So getting it set up is the thing. The thing is that the real concern that I would have there, actually, in terms of those two at least, although I'll certainly need to try it and possibly fight against Cosmic soon, is that the clap, well, once it's in the sky, if it's going to wear off, it doesn't affect you, whereas a Mayokin leaves you in a long hook animation, which is going to get you hit by a fireball if your timing is even a little bit off in terms of, well, you're in just waiting a bit. But it's certainly something to consider. So I'll give that a try. The problem that I discovered in my thoughts about the stand-back method is that, well, it does sort of require space, and he can get in various ways, and even if I can maybe punish him or such, I'm eventually going to run myself back into a wall, or just walk forward. You don't think so, Rillian? Well, in that case, Rabbit, do you happen to know if you put out a clap? Frame data 5 says 28 frames. What is that for? The recovery of clap? Basically, I'm concerned with if you put the clap out and it gets out, by the time it wears off, it can block again. And I guess I don't technically know for the light ones. I'm used to lures using this to stick around, but that does not mean that that is their only option. It could be one that takes longer to set up. What can you show me? Dream does not get into fireball wars with Urian, and Ibuki has her own interesting tactics that make V-skill and V-reversal much more interesting than Kunai. Mostly. But with the full screen teleport. But... ooh, very nice parrying this time. You might show me a little bit about... just help me think about Nuke a little bit. I tend to have problems generally with his EX tackle, his EX headbutt, and similar things. Now, one of these two, I forget which, is punishable and the other is not, and it's the opposite for the non-EX. I'm going to look that up again. However, the startups and the ranges can give me somewhat of a painful time. I think that's a matter of learning reads for the character, however, and general patterns. So I'd like a more coherent plan. Although at my level, I'm not sure, just conceptually, how good of a plan I can craft for that. I so rarely see Ryu's V-reversal. Alright, well if Mayokin recovers... well, everything turns out Mayokin recovers 11 faster than Claps. There's no way it's safer to do against Urian. But that isn't to say that it's either is necessarily safe. Well, I'll put it on my list to try. It's certainly something that I am not very aggressive about, because as much as I like...
Final round.
fair enough. As much as I like Mayokin, and I do, I tend to not be very confident in it versus fireball sorts of things, simply because there's a precision timing involved. But with a little practice, it might just be like, well, Ryu parrying practicing for such things. So I'm going to give that a try some next time I face Cosmic Wolf myself. In any case, I can certainly get in via a Senha, because, well, it seems to be possible to just do it at timings, vary versus other things, at just patterns that he does not anticipate or block. So, oh, okay. If Urian has already thrown the fireball at mid-range, the clap is not going to stop it. Yes, this is true.
Urian wins.
Right, and I was thinking about preemptively in that case. The reason that I thought about it was because preemptive Mayokins have a charge limit on them, and that's what made me think about the recoveries. But if it is easy to say... well, I might have to test more, because quite frankly, I don't think that I am... I have a proper understanding of whether... or rather, basically, how long Mayokin's projectile, well, counter, effectively, frames are. But actually, let me see if the frame data apps have this. Change to Kari.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
Frames 9 to 23. So that's actually a decent amount of time there. 14 frames. Which is basically either its entire startup or its entire recovery. So about a third of the move on an uncharged Mayokin, and a 9 to 30 on a charged Mayokin. Well, I clearly should probably be trusting that move more in these situations. He can hit me at the end, but it becomes, well, a bit of a gamble. And I thought it was a gamble that or the odds were against me, but that may not be the case. Oh yes, Karin's Mayokin is the same. I do have to be basically at least 75% of the screen away in order to use it on reaction to fireballs generally. And after that point it becomes a matter of whether somehow. And then farther still it becomes a matter of Orochi. Or EX, depending if you're particularly bad range where you just have to neutral jump. Better which you can't get anything off of that. I will say Urian's air fireballs are somewhat annoying for the Rasenha incoming, but I believe that at certain ranges the angle that Rasenha ends up coming in at limits the timing frames that you can counter it in that way. Nope, no throw. Anyway. Yeah, throws. I have a huge problem with Cosmic Bowl specifically. Maybe other Urians, but I don't really fight many. The Cosmic Bowl specifically is I get thrown all the damn time. And I suppose this is partly learning when he's going to do it. Although I think after EX Violence Me on block, he's just so plus that I have zero chance whatsoever. I'm not sure if I can parry it all there, although I need to keep trying to figure that out. So, not parry, but throw tech. I'm not a real. But I get thrown after practically everything. It's honestly kind of a pain in the ass. It's one of the things that I really dislike about fighting him. Not that he should stop, just that it's a pain. I'm not sure that's something I can necessarily strategize up front, however, unless I go and make myself a list, which I probably should do, of what he throws me after regularly. It tends to be pressure strings or similar where I'm, well, basically a little bit flustered. It's excellent timing on his part. Whenever I'm feeling the pressure, I get thrown.
Urian wins.
Well, let's see here. Still not entirely sure what to do for my openings. I think that I have been blocking mostly. See, the thing is, he covers the sky. I can't neutral jump. If I do, I will get hit by... Unless I'm Ibuki, of course. I'll get hit by either the air fireball or the ground one. But I can't really advance, or Seppo, or Orochi, or... I may be able to stick out stand medium kick in response to... And hit, basically, his EX tackles that he can come in with. And I think that may be the only thing. So, whatever counter hits that, basically, is probably what I should press against him most of the time when he has meter.
Well, ain't you a high-def picture of strength? I'm shaking here.
That'll put him closer to me and almost in neutral range.
Round one. Fight.
Yes, EX tackle is a painful opening. Actually, we have the expert here. Hey, Cosmic. What do people stop your EX tackle opening gambit with? I know you don't necessarily use it all the time, but you certainly do use it. Block, yes. He's fine at telling me to block. I can block, but that basically lets him define the setup for the start. Which might be okay, but... Well, actually now I do need to know. Was that the one that was negative on the EX, or the one that was negative on the non-EX? So let me pull up Urian.
A foolish insect that dares.
Round 2. Fight.
Yes, the EX Chariot Tackle, unfortunately it's only -2. Right. I can neutral jump it, but then he's going to hit me with his ground fireball or his air fireball or things, so it does become a read matter. And I can accept that if that's how it comes out, but... Well, actually, I was gonna say... I can neutral jump it. But I just get hit by the fireballs. So, actually, that is a fair question. What is my goal? Because if my goal at the beginning of the round is to, well, basically not get damaged or hurt or screwed by the EX tackle, then I definitely should probably just block. But I need to decide what my goal is. And quite frankly, I have options. Because of what I'm considering with the standing back, well, stance, let's call it. I could possibly just backdash. That should get me out of the range of the EX tackle, at least, I think. Or how far does that go across the screen? I think it goes actually quite far. But... Or back jump. Which... I don't know if that will get me hit by a fireball on opening.
Ed wins.
Honestly, on Akuma series, you should probably just Demon Flip. It should hang you in the air long enough to dodge either of his fireballs, depending on what you press on reaction. I don't know for sure, certainly I'm not an expert on Akuma's boxes, but it's certainly an option. It would also get you a forward approach in the case that he decided to hang back. Again, depending on how you followed it. Aurelian might know his boxes or such a little better than me, but it's certainly something you could test, or I could test for you in training mode later. I think depending on where you hang, it might not be vulnerable to anti-air sphere, because remember, at the start of the round, you're relatively far apart, and the sphere goes up at a 45-degree angle. The reason that I said Demon Flip is because, with Kareem, I do get hit by that sphere when I neutral jump straight up, but I get hit very high. And Demon Flip is not necessarily very high. Which is what made me think of it, because it basically seems like the perfect spot to, if the timing is right and all the boxes are right, just get through between the two fireballs, or do something about the tackle if it can do that. But really, I'm not sure. You would have to think of the options yourself, of course. Is that it? Okay, thank you very much. I figured it was a timing thing because I jump on reaction to the round start rather than holding it in advance, because that's just weird to my muscle memory, I suppose. And that explains the irregularity in whether I get hit. So was my suspicion to some degree as well. But, no way. Since I was talking about the range, it probably is correct. Anyway, but... yes, this is correct. Sadly, my problem is the ground fireball, meaning that I cannot neutral jump with Karine on opening and just win. Because I'll land on the ground fireball. There might be some button I can press, depending on the way down, to just manipulate my hurt box a little bit. But I have no idea, and I'm not entirely sure. It's basically right under me, I think. Something more to test. That may just be the mix-up, however. And it's certainly valid on Reed if I say he's going to do anything other than Yes Tackle. Probably, or well, anything other than straight Fireball, rather. Still have no idea how to approach Ed. But he's a separate element.
Urian wins.
So. The other thing is, if I do get hit by a fireball, I got hit by the fireball, but didn't necessarily get anything off of that. And I'm probably a little farther back from getting hit.
Well, ain't you a high-def picture of strength? I'm shaking here.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
But
Round
he can't
one.
necessarily get in quickly after that, especially since he had to release his charge to do it. So I'm actually in a relatively good position there, and I could probably get hit from the Senhop, depending on the timings. So writing that one down as well. That damn Aegeus, though. I don't have any specific point in my plan for Aegeus. I can't Mayoken through it. Because it will hit me after I clear it with Mayoken. Basically, it's just constant active frames on and off, on and off, on and off. So none of the projectile stuff really... Projectile dispel stuff really gets through it. I'm pretty sure the Senhop doesn't do it either, and the Karim we first fought demonstrated more of this. But I suppose I can just hang back. I found that he sometimes does the close one if I'm near up, and I can throw him through it, because it takes a moment to start up. But overall, I suppose it just becomes a matter of take some chip damage from the fireballs, which unfortunately can actually be kind of a lot if I have to wait a while. But I can neutral jump. While I wait for it to wear off, or for him to well use one of his approaches and simply use my back stance, basically.
Perfect KO.
It might be possible to EX Orochi through them. Or to just plain Orochi through them if he's standing in exactly the right spot. My pen stopped working. Give me another pen. Preferably black. Thank you. Oh, well, don't put this one away. It's not working. But don't throw it away either, because I haven't analyzed it yet. Now. Ooh, Ibuki. This will be helpful. However, what was I writing, actually? Damn, my pen confused me. Ah, yes, the Seppos. And here I get to see if this Ibuki does the similar things that I do. So switching game points to consider a little bit for a moment. Ibuki can get away with that neutral jump. If it doesn't hit her directly, which it probably won't, she can react with wings to get over it, or kunai or things. I'm just gonna have to compare. But for her, actually, I'm wondering if Skydash is a good opening gambit. It might be total trash, especially with that heavy fireball, or the air fireball, but it might also be crazy enough to work.
Fight!
Ah, the neutral problem. Sadly, the cross dash is not nearly as invincible as I would like. Certainly not like Bison's godlike one. It's good, and I've been told in the past that I need to trust it more, but my experiences just trying to use it more and more have been effectively all negative, unfortunately. That said, there are setups for it I can learn. Or rather, that it is a part of. Ibuki has so many ways to harass people from the sky, though. I definitely love it.
Round one. Fight!
I almost expected to throw off that tackle, but it's hard to react to.
A foolish insect that dares.
Round two. Fight!
Ouch. Let's see here. I'll just send him forward over his fireballs from the mid-screen range. That right, Honestly, I never consider it for going through a fireball just to approach. I would definitely try to hit with it, but you can't really do that on reaction to a fireball. It kind of has to be a lead, just because of the distance that it travels. Well, you could probably do it to Akuma's fireballs, and just torture him with it with his red fireballs.
Urian wins.
But it does get you in. I simply seem to be loath to spend a bar for that. I may have to consider this. Ah, here's our Vega, who was not useful. Silva. Akuma. Here's a good ending for you, Sirius. We have a bit of Akuma before we run out.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
Round one. Fight.
Ah, we're back in Kansas. Alright then. Certainly getting better matchups though with your Ultra Bronze rating. Yeah, the problem is, and this one is just practice mostly, although the Maven thing may help with it. Is I just get hit by a couple of fireballs every time I'm out dancing out there. And a couple of fireballs in a match is damage and damage stuff.
How irritating.
Round two. Fight.
I can't speak for Cosmic, but I can point out that the red fireball is 24 frame startup. You can definitely react to it. And he confirms.
Urian wins.
Don't worry. I'll end you quickly.
Round one. Fight.
pressure is really not actually happening here either. It's just we're basically on exactly the opposite rhythm and ahead. Very good.
A foolish insect that dares to defy me.
Round 2. Fight.
That was a lot of shimmy there. Aegeus can be disorienting though. Just because it suddenly shifts your options of what you have to do. I can come up with that though. Experience mainly.
Final round. Fight.
Suppose not.
Akuma wins.
And I think this is all we have for you this evening.
Don't worry.
Round 1. Fight.
You know, Cosmic never really jumps in on me when I'm fighting against him. It's probably because I don't end up at the ranges for it. But I suppose I just EX or Senha in those cases because it is rare enough that I can afford to spend the meter on it.
A foolish insect that dares to defy me.
Round 2.
And honestly, I'm more worried about the damn meat. Hey Cosmic, do you have any control over the knee other than which button you hit? Is it just spacing that determines whether it hits low or high? I mean, I suppose I presume it would be. And my trouble then with figuring out which the hell version. Basically, I need to track where you start from better. To know when I can punish you. This is a horrible, horrible idea to try.
Durian wins.
Alright then, fair enough spacing it is, as I expected. In any case, however, I think we are done for the evening. That is the last replay that I have for you, although there may be more tomorrow or another day. So, good evening everyone. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow around the same time, 7 PM Eastern. If you're interested in the Akuma bot I was looking at earlier, you can find it on 2-mk.org/bots. Have a good evening.